guys, it's Deja
and Di-V,
and welcome back to Squared.
We are your Saturdays here on Squared,
And for this week's video, we are going to be sharing with you guys two of our most embarrassing stories. We both have one story to tell each.
Yes.
I have a story.
I have a story, and of course in the comments down below we want you guys to share your most embarrassing stories.
If you don't want to, you don't have to, but you know, we're sharing ours and we'd like to hear your guys'.
Yeah, just so we don't feel alone. Give this video a huge thumbs up and be sure to subscribe down below to the Squared channel.
Okay, so inside of the 4th grade, we were in softball. And Di-V and I hated doing softball only because we hate being like, I don't know.
We have really bad anxiety, and sports gave us all types of anxiety. We were not bad at the sport, we were really good at it, but it's just we hated
playing the game.
So we would get so anxious.
Yeah, so basically what happened was I was in the outfield and I really needed to go pee, but there was only like certain times where you could go to the restroom. So I couldn't go and like say, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, let me go, you know, or anything like that, because I had to be on the outfield. I believe I was behind second base. So yeah. Basically, I really had to go to the restroom. And Di-V and I, when we were younger, we don't really do this now, but whenever we had to go to the restroom, I think a lot of people do this, but we would hold in our pee, but we would do it like in a certain position, which we'll show you guys.
Yeah.
And basically, I pretended like I had to tie my shoe, but I really was getting just down in that position so that I can hold it in. And I really needed to go. Like, I really needed to go. And I remember like the guy, the umpire, I don't remember, he basically stopped the entire game and he was like, wait, she's tying her shoe.
It was embarrassing. When I saw that, I was like, I was looking over like, because I was in the outfield
especially because I didn't want anyone to pay attention to me. Long story short, I was sitting there, well, standing there afterwards, because I had to stand up. I couldn't tie my shoe forever, which I wasn't really tying my shoe. So basically I stood up and we were waiting, maybe like a minute more passed, and I just couldn't hold it in anymore, and I just peed on myself, and it was
in the middle of the game.
In the middle of, like, on the outfield. Like, it was so embarrassing, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. Like, I couldn't hold it in anymore, and it just, you know. And so basically I was crying because I was like, great, I'm so embarrassed, I'm completely soaked. Like, this is embarrassing, I don't know what to do now, and I was like crying, and then they finally struck out. As soon as I just peed on myself, they struck out, and then we were switching.
I didn't know what happened until our mom and our dad was like around Deja when was bringing her to the restroom. I was like, what happened? I didn't know she peed on herself until they were saying, oh, she's gonna need to borrow your underwear.
Yeah.
And I went, what? It was like, no. I literally went, no. She's the one who peed on herself. I was like, no, she's not.
It was embarrassing. Everything about this was just embarrassing, especially because I had to go back, you know, to the backstop where all of my team was and everything. And I had to basically, I was crying, and the coaches were like, what's wrong? You know, they didn't understand. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I like sort of just said it. And like,
we had all guy coaches,
so that was even more embarrassing. Yeah, and then that's basically it. I had to borrow my sister's underwear, which was so gross and so.
I was so very upset about that.
Yeah, that was it. I don't think I played for the rest of the game, and my entire team, like, they knew, you know. It was so embarrassing.
So it was in 10th grade this happened to me. So this is very recent, guys. If you don't know, we're in 12th grade, so this was recent. And so for a while I was constipated. Like, I couldn't go poop. I couldn't at all. Like, it would be months and I wouldn't go. Like, it was just really bad. And I went to the doctors and I told them about what was happening because my stomach started hurting really bad. Because, you know, obviously if your body is just keeping all that waste inside of you, it's really not good. It just gets blocked up and your bowels can be like, it's just not. So I went to my doctors, and when I went to her, she like felt my stomach and she was like, yeah, your bowels are like pretty blocked up right now. You need to drink more water. And I'm like, I drink water all the time.
Yeah, you drink a lot.
And so I was like, I don't understand. So then she went, okay, then you need to go and get laxatives. So we went to go get laxatives.
This was our first time ever
getting
Well, her
laxatives.
first time ever.
Yeah, because she didn't take it.
I didn't take
But
it.
and so
I've never
I
taken
took some,
laxatives.
and we were like, okay, I should be able to poop tonight. It'll be fine. Blah blah blah. 2 days go by, nothing happened.
Nothing.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna poop on myself at school.
We got the liquid laxative. Is that the only laxative?
I don't know. I
I
think
don't
it
know.
was pills.
But our dad only gave her a little bit because he was like, I don't know, this like we've never taken laxatives, so he was like,
We'll just give you like
a little bit.
Yeah. But so basically days go by, I still haven't pooped, and we're back in school by this time. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to poop on myself at school. What if the laxatives kick in and I poop on myself at school? That's gonna be embarrassing. Weeks go by now. I still have not pooped. Still haven't. So we were about to go back to the doctors because my stomach was hurting really, really bad at this point. And we were gonna go back there, tell them, look, it didn't work, she still hasn't pooped, and they were gonna, you know, look to find out what was wrong. And we're in Sears one day with our dad. We were in there, and our dad had went, okay, I'm gonna go to this area. You guys can stay over here. Call me when you guys need me. So we were like, okay. So we were all over there looking at the stuff, and
everything.
I'm like, dude, my stomach's hurting so bad. Like, I could not stand up. I was like hunched over. Like, oh, okay, it's fine, it's fine. But then I realized, no, I think you do need to go poop, right? So basically, basically, my stomach started hurting way too bad, and I could not control
Her bowel.
yeah, you know. So I was like, dude, no, I'm farting for once. I was like, I think I do need to go to the restroom. So Deja was like, okay, let's go. So we ran to the restroom because I was like running to the restroom.
Literally,
you know?
we were running to the restroom.
And when I get there, turns out
we're in the bathroom. And she goes into one of the stalls, and I'm outside of the stall because I didn't have to go to the restroom, so I'm just outside the stall, and I'm just like over by the sink, and she like goes to me, and she's like, Deja? And I'm like, what? And she's like, I pooped my pants. And I was like, what? And she was like, I pooped myself. There's poop everywhere.
literally, like I'm yelling to her this in the bathroom, and I told her, wait, make sure there's no one else in the bathroom, please. So Deja starts making sure there's no one else in the bathroom. There was no one else in the bathroom, but the thing is, it wasn't like I pooped on myself and that was it. It was like I pooped on myself in that moment, and it was going and going and going. You know, it was just nonstop. Then people started coming into the restroom, and I went.
It was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing because like it wasn't like silent. Guys, let's keep that in mind. So I was like, oh my gosh. So people started coming in the restroom. We were in there for a good 30 minutes. And then we called our dad saying, dude, we gotta go. So then we hurried up and we left. But literally it was embarrassing. And I'm glad that I'm no longer constipated. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to give it a big thumbs up, and also check out our main channel. We have new videos over there every Friday. Yes, if you guys would like to see yesterday's video, be sure to click right over there. If you would like to see more of us, be sure to click right up there. And if you would like to subscribe to Squared, be sure to click right over here. We'll see you guys all next week. Bye!